What's up, Nerdyverse? I'm Daddy Louie, and in this video, we're taking a very special look at a brand new Kickstarter that I just got in the mail. It's called TMNT Adventures. I'm super excited about this one. You don't want to miss it, so stick around. Before we get started, if you're new to our channel and you want to see more content like this, start now by hitting the subscribe button and the bell icon so you don't miss any future videos. Just over a year ago, IDW Kickstarter called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures. This is what they are calling years ago. As you can see, I went all in. I got everything. And what I thought I would do today is go through and do a very quick unboxing of everything that I received in the Kickstarter, just so that you can see kind of what this is all about. I don't plan on going into any rules or how the game's played. I'll be saving that for the future. If that's something that you'd like to see, please let me know in the comment section down below, and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss those videos. I also plan on doing some painting guides, just like I did for it's over 25 pounds. The box is like half of me. I'm not a tall guy, but it's still pretty large. I'm super excited to wrote some of the rules. They redid a lot of the miniatures. There were tons of complaints about the previous Kickstarter and the previous game because the miniatures were out of scale from each other. The rules didn't allow for full co-op. You had to have one player playing as the bad guy. This has corrected all of that. It now plays 1 to 5 players. It is fully co-op, so there is an AI. All of the miniatures are the correct scale. And the most exciting part about all of this is that this thing that IDW has done is they have developed this as what they're calling the IDW Adventures gaming system. And the plan is in the future to take other IDW properties and make it interchangeable with this game right here. There's a little hint, it was kind of teased by a few people, that the Batman Adventures game that will be fully compatible with this game will be launching on Kickstarter next month, February. So I'm very excited about that. But just take a minute and think about all of the IDW properties that we could see joining this. You got Ghostbusters, you have TMNT, which is here. You have TMNT just had a comic book crossover that's actually currently ongoing with Power Rangers. They have G.I. Joe as well. I think a lot of the Hasbro-owned companies also have IPs. IDW has IPs with them. So, back Shadows of the Past, I do own it, but I have the retail version, not the Kickstarter version. And when I heard that this game was going to be a game that was going to have other IPs, anyway, I've kind of rambled. I don't want this video to be super long, and it does look like there are some things missing from some people's, some broken minis. I'm not too worried about that because I know that IDW will replace anything that is broken. So if we see anything in here, I'll try and point it out. But the point of this video is to get you guys excited about TMNT Adventures, IDW Adventures, what the possibilities can be, and kind of intro the channel and my videos to what this game is, because you will be seeing more from it in the future. So without further ado, let's move down to the table and I will start unboxing everything. So one other thing to note real quick is that I have off camera gone through and taken all of the plastic wrap off of everything, because let's face it, nobody wants to see me do that on camera. And I have also gone through and opened all the boxes and pulled out all of the, that stuff kind of separate, because it is different and special when it comes to this game. And also because I have a lot of reading to do in the coming days and weeks. So other than that, everything in here is completely untouched. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to look at is the rule books. Means what all comes in the box. So it talks about rules, terrain rules, etc. And there's 2 of those, one in each of the big boxes: Changes Constant and Cityfall. All of the other books are thick and hefty, and they're labeled as comic adventures. And the reason for that is because as you it tells you, different setup instructions and stuff like that, but then it also plays out scenes from the comic, and then you go and play those to play and stuff like that. I enjoyed that a lot in Shadows of the Past, and just like open the box, because the boxes are so big and so thick that they won't even all fit on the screen. Up here you have a tray for your cards. It comes with villains, and then it comes with all of the dice that you need for the included heroes. Obviously this is like you can kind of look at this as like the core game, since it comes with, these are for the villains. And then you have some extra plastic baggies of the miniatures. This is to denote different characters and things like that, probably for elite bad guys and stuff, just to point out the different characters. Then you have your actual character cards. You see Leonardo on there. The art is really great. These are your stats and stuff up here, and these are the sides that show on your dice. And there's what the backs of the villain cards look like. And then you have your round tracker. It's kind of like a bookmark style, and it's double-sided. Raph on one side and Baxter on the other side. On top of that, we have the actual cardboard. These are the boards that it came with. It looks like there's 2, 4, 6, 8 boards. They're double-sided, different objects on the board. These are really nice quality, no issues there. And let's see, we also have all the punch outs, right? So here are all of the tokens and stuff that you need. There is looks like 7 sheets of cardboard here in this plastic bag. You have your terrain pieces over here as well. And last but not least, oh, there's one more thing before we get to the miniatures. This is kind of like your, looks like your, I don't even know what you want to call it, like your dashboard or your hub. It's got different guides, so you don't have to flip back and forth in the rule book. These are really nice. Comes with a few as well. So here are the miniatures. They're really nice. I do notice one flaw already, which is okay. Our foot soldier here doesn't have any, zoom in on that, doesn't have any arms. But other than that, he looks pretty good. The Mega Mouser is very, very nice. Female-ish. And we have our turtles. Leonardo. I'm sure I'm putting these in the wrong things. Raphael is down here. And Mikey, who has my favorite pose out of these guys, riding on the skateboard there. There's also some bad guys. Oh, Casey Jones. Mousers, of course. Some more thugs over here. And, or, I can contact the customer service and they'll help me out. No issue at all. But yeah, that's changes constant. So you have the minis, the cardboard, the cards, and the rulebook. This game will be available MSRP in the stores. So this was not a Kickstarter exclusive. I'll try and point those out. Alright, so here is the next game. This is Cityfall. Like I said, the boxes are so big I could definitely not get them into the shop for you, but we're going to start from the bottom up again, just like we did. Cards are in the same spot. I will mention that both of these games, Cityfall and Changes Constant, are kind of core sets, if you will. You do not need one to have the other, and vice versa. They're completely independent games. But you are only going to get, those don't come in this box. This box comes with different heroes, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, it does come with Dark Leo, but it also comes with Splinter and April O'Neil and Slash, for example, as your heroes. So you got your cards here, like I just said. We have some more. The base attachments. These ones are red. The other ones were green. You have your character colors, or your character cards rather. Like you can see here, Angel Bridge is one of the heroes that you can play as in this version. You also have your round tracker. This time you have Splinter on one side and Shredder on the other side. And then you have all of the dice. So then we also have the boards, the tokens, and the dashboard. Exactly it's the same as in the other box. The only difference is obviously the boards are different and the tokens that you need are different, but everything else is all there. So you're not getting anything. So we have our miniatures. So there's some really nice miniatures in this particular box. You have Bebop and Rocksteady, which are super duper sweet. Let me focus this camera in there so you can see. You also have, and then you have some of your heroes. Let me see where we can find Master Splinter. I actually kind of like this set a little better than the other set. To paint quick but dull and boring. Whereas this comes with a little bit better of a variety. I plan on probably painting up the game just for a little more extra flavor. But that is the City Fall box. So you saw the miniatures, the boards and stuff are unique to this game, but you get the same amount as you do in the other game. This is also not a Kickstarter exclusive. This will be available for retail. Both games, I think, are $125 MSRP, if I'm not mistaken, and well worth it because you get so much content in both. So the next thing we're going to take a look at is the secret history of the Foot Clan. This is a smaller box set, so you can see I can actually fit it. Then we open it up, and we have a smaller token set, not nearly as many tokens as we needed in the others. You only have 3 boards here, which is good. And then you have your miniatures, which we'll look at in a minute. This is all one tray piece. 2 baggies included in this box. And then you have your character cards down here, and your other cards that you need underneath that. And then, of course, the miniatures themselves. This set has Krang, which is really cool. I'll see if I can zoom in there. And then it has Oroku Saki, and Oroku Saki is Shredder, and it also has Hamato Yoshi, and it has which again is super cool, really nice little touch. So you'll get to paint up. I don't know a lot about the comics, the newer comics anyway. So yeah, so you have Hamato Yoshi, and these are foot soldiers, but you'll need them from the other box. This doesn't have any of those miniatures, and it also doesn't have the Suns cards because you're playing them as the turtles. Last, some extra dice as well as a new miniature. Cards and a rule sheet, which I already pulled out. And the purpose of this box is it allows you to play all of the villains throughout all of the other sets as the heroes stuff. So you have the cards to turn the villains into heroes. Baxter Stockman on top there. You have all of their ability cards and stuff like that, and all of their dice. So again, it allows you to play the villains as the heroes. Just another extra special touch that allows you to have tons of replayability with this game. Then you have the DV evil versions, if you will, or the dark versions of the turtles. So they get all new sculpts, all new cards, of course, the miniatures. So there's actually 2 Dark Leos. You'll get a Dark Leo in here, and a different sculpt for Leo inside of the City Fall box. I kind of like this one better, personally. But then you also have one, Raphael. So Raphael actually gets the most miniatures in this set. He has 3, because he's got his dark version. Actually, he has 4. I take that back, because we still have one more box set for me to show you that has turtles in it. And that is this stand, which comes with these 5 miniatures inside, as well as new cards. So we have new cards there. And then the miniatures, these have more of a classic Kevin Eastman look to them than the other ones, which look more, I don't want to say cartoonish, but getting that far back, I think he is. The last thing to show off is the Kickstarter stretch goal box. It comes in just a big giant white box, which is a little bit of a bummer. I wish that it came in, you know, a fancier box, but what are you gonna do? Have player boards. There's one for everybody. They're very nice, really nice cardboard. You also have extra dice for the stretch goal, for scenarios that came in the stretch goal. And I also should mention that separate from all of these boxes were the pizza dials. These are the health counter dials. Looks like 3 pieces of cardboard and some little plastic buttons to keep the dials together. And then on top of this box, or on top of the boards, for the stretch goal scenarios that were. So here are all of the miniatures that came as stretch goals. There is a lot. I can't cover them all. Some ones to note here, you got Metalhead, which is up here. Really nice little sculpt there. Let's see. We have Rat King, another really nice sculpt. He's got his little rats down there on his helicopter propellers. You've got Baxter Stockman, which is phenomenal. Can't wait to paint him up. And all of his little Fly Guy things. A few more new villains. Oh, you got Leatherhead. He looks freaking awesome. Such a cool miniature. Look at that. Yeah, there's just so many minis in here. I can't even cover them all. There's even a Pigeon Pete, which is a made-up character of one of the developers. One of the developers' names is Pete. So he has this little pigeon, and he's actually a playable character in the game, which is a fun little thing. But as you can see, this game is just loaded with miniatures. These are all great. I only saw that one broken thing, so that's makes me really happy. Well, guys, we did it. We got through a very quick look at all of the things that come inside of this huge Kickstarter that I got. I know that it was just a very brief look. I didn't get to show you all the miniatures, all of the cards and stuff like that, but that was on purpose. I really wanted to get everything shown in one video, but I didn't want it to be super long. And really, I'm trying to pique interest here, see if this is something you'd like me to cover on the channel. You know, whether it be painting guides, on some more thorough unboxings, how to plays, let's plays, you name it. Just let me know down in the comments, and I will try and make that happen for you. I'm very excited about this game. I'm excited about the prospects of future IPs being added to the game. The guys over at IDW that made this game have put a lot of heart into it, and I know that it will be a ton of fun to play. If you have any questions about anything that you saw here, I can try and answer those in the comment section down below. Also, you can find me over on the official Facebook group. It's IDW Adventures, I believe, over on Facebook. Make sure that you join that. And I want to hear from all of you. What are you looking forward to most about this game? You know, what is it that, you know, did you find any spoilers inside when you opened it up? I tried to keep this as spoiler free as possible, but I know that there were some Easter eggs and stuff that they left inside the game. So let me know what you find. If you found this video helpful, if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps us out a lot. Make sure that you share it with your family, friends, and nerdy communities. If there's anything you would like to see covered on our page, let me know down in the comment section down below. If you have any videos you want featured on our page, you can hit us up on one of our social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, at Circle of Nerds. Also, don't forget that we have a weekly podcast that comes out every Tuesday called The Cosmic Disaster Show. You can find that right here on YouTube or anywhere that you enjoy listening to podcasts. And for a little bit of extra love and affection, make sure that you check us out on Patreon at patreon.com.